Horses, helping people travel off-road and on the Silk Road. Horses were traded all along the Silk Road, which stretched from China to Rome. They were also used for travel in various stretches of land. Horses were also traded along the Tea Horse Road, a section of the Silk Road that stretched from China to Tibet. Tibet wanted China's tea, and China wanted Tibet's horses, which led to a much forced interdependence between the two opposing countries. The Chinese were one of the main buyers of horses along the Silk Road as they needed them for their military. Though they often traded horses with Tibet along the Tea Horse Road, they also highly valued Arabians and horses from Fergana Valley. Nomads such as the Cossacks also rode horses. They rode them into battle, and they also used them for hunting and for travel. Horses were ridden and traded along the Silk Road. Instead of pulling the carts that were generic for that time period, horses were often ridden along the Silk Road. The Chinese made jade sculptures of horses to honor the animal. Although many horses were traded along the Silk Road, the horses from Fergana Valley, called the Heavenly Horses by Emperor Wu Ti, were of the greatest value. The horses stood at about 16 hands high, and their sweat had a reddish tint to it, making it look like blood. Horses were traded and ridden all along the Silk Road for as long as it existed. During the 1700s, China's need for horses decreased, therefore making horse trade on the Silk Road in general decrease, but the Chinese kept trading until the end of the Silk Road. Horses were traded all along the Silk Road. They were mostly bred in West Asia and the Middle East, as the East Asia soil was carbonated very little. The horses that were bred were often traded to China or other parts of Asia, the Middle East, and even southern Europe. Horses were essential to the growth of the Silk Road and the countries that traded along it. Horses were used for travel and were traded. In exchange, they could leave one country rich and the other with a fantastic military. Not only did horses make much trading on the Silk Road possible, they were an important form of transportation, too. Horses made it possible for cultures to grow on the Silk Road. Horses carried people to battle, and the success and creation of many countries depended on them. They were used for travel and for trading. Horses were honored and revered by people, and for good reason, too.